Happy Monday. If you're watching on replay, put it in the comments, hashtag replay. Give me a minute here to get things up and going. Make sure sound sounds good. And Melissa says we're good. Awesome. Get pulled up so I can see everybody's comments as you're popping on. Tell me hi. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me how your day is going. Try and keep my hair out of my way. I'm going to try and leave it alone because I love when it's straight, so I keep fussing with it. So I'm trying to not fuss with it very much. Hi, Shar. Yeah, I thought we were so ahead of schedule, chatting away with Melissa, and then all of a sudden it was 7 o'clock. So I had to pop on here. So we'll just give everybody a minute or two to get going. Noelle, hi. Nicole, working on your ankle socks. Oh, I meant to ask you about those when I saw you on Saturday, if you had them with you. And I completely forgot. Like it occurred to me at one point, and then I don't know, we were busy talking about other things. Sarah, hi. Cindy, Brenda, thank you. Oh, it's so much easier to do straight hair. I mean, it's a pain to do it, but I get a good week out of it without having to do anything after the initial straightening of it. So, um, yeah, trying to embrace the curls though, you guys. I'm really trying. Mama sitting on the front porch enjoying the weather. Perfect. I was almost late coming in and I might look a little rosy cheeked from it, rosy forehead. I had a contractor doing work at my house this afternoon and he got done a little bit earlier than I anticipated. And I was like, oh, I have time just to sit outside and soak in the sunshine. And then I realized I should be leaving. But, that's how it goes around my place. Hi, Nicole, awesome. Hi, Jill, Marianne. Linda on YouTube loves the hair. Oh, thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. Oh, I need to don't look too closely though, you guys. Look at that. Oh, my tinsel, my glitter. Hi, Sherry. So Melissa just posted on Facebook the link to YouTube. So if for some reason your Facebook feed glitches or you have problems, you can always pop over to YouTube and watch us over there. Same as if you're watching on YouTube, you can pop over to Facebook. Liz just got power after the hurricane went through. Glad to get back to normal. Yeah, I know we've got a few people kind of in that area, Liz. I don't know if you've heard from Bonnie, to find out how things are where she is, if they were affected at all. Crazy. That hurricane seems to really have hit a lot of things. I have friends in St. Petersburg, Florida, who it sounds like they didn't get hit nearly as badly as they thought they would, which is a blessing, because now they're able to offer up their house and their Airbnb in their backyard for people who need it. But what a crazy storm. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is September 30th, last day of September. Can you believe it? Nope, me either. My name is Kristen. I'm the owner of the little yarn shop located in the SVRC Marketplace in Saginaw, Michigan. I think I'm out of practice, you guys. Marketplace is open Wednesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yarn store is open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Liz looks like a war zone. Yeah. Yeah, I think it took, it kept changing directions and hit things people didn't expect. It's awful. Monday nights, most Mondays at 7 o'clock, I am on Facebook and YouTube going live. And while I am doing this, Deb is up in the front lobby. Deb and Ashley actually are up in the front lobby for drop-in help, 6:30 to 8:30 Monday nights. They are up there. $10 for 2 hours gets you help on whatever your project is, even if it's not something from the shop. That's what they are there for. Our beginning knit class, our knitting basics and beyond classes started up last week. So that's exciting for Wednesday nights. I think the next one is full already. So that's exciting. We love that. It's the craft is picking back up again. I think there's a little lull in the summertime, but getting back up to it. Get to the end of my row because I can't do decreases and talk at the same time. So I can knit and talk at the same time, but not, there we go. I had a couple stitches left. So what do we have to talk about today? First thing I wanted to talk about was the snack that's staring at my face here. Cakes the Great. A lot of you are familiar with their popcorn and their candy and their products. Back in the back corner, she does kettle corn, different flavors of kettle corn and caramel corn, and she has a seasonal one called Caramel Apple Delight. How fun that looks. So it's caramel corn and then the apple flavored corns, popcorn in there with it. I bought one of these on Saturday. Well, I bought 2 bags of popcorn. I bought one of these and one of the sleazy cheesy. That one went home with me. This one was supposed to stay here for people to eat it, but nobody did, so I'm forced to eat it. So that's what I was snacking on early today. But this is one of their new seasonal flavors. I feel like I saw something about her doing a pumpkin spice one, but now I can't remember. I was going to ask her about it and I forgot. Saturday here was the Comic-Con. It was a really fun event. If you saw me here, you got to see me dressed up like an elf, which was fun. If you're here for Halloween, you'll probably see me dressed up that way again because it was an easy costume and comfortable. So that's usually what I go for. I just kind of wanted to highlight, remind you, Cakes the Greats out there. Caramel Apple Delight is one of their delicious new flavors. If you are out in Shields and you're not out this way, I believe they're still selling the Cakes the Great popcorn at Miles Market at the Point. So something to think about there. Let's see, should we talk about knitting? Should we talk about notions? Let's see. Oh, what I finished. So I mentioned last week that I had a couple projects that were designs by Lori from Hi Oriana, the woman that organizes the Knit One, Love One retreats. I didn't have any of that at home with me. Now I'm here back at the shop. I can show it off. So this first one is called the Galaxia Cowl. It's inspired by old school video games, kind of like the little my mind thinks Pong, but that's not what it is. It's more Galaxia, I guess. But if you've done like the Andrea Maury shift owl, this is a similar method where it's done flat and then seamed afterwards. It calls for 2 colors of a DK weight yarn. I used probably the softest yarn that we have in the shop here, and it's the Fiber Company's Road to China Light. This yarn is like heaven in your hands. Alpaca, silk, camel, and cashmere. And you only need 1 skein each of 2 colors. So we've got some of this here. Yeah, I think that's the one. It my brain just keeps going like pew pew. So I didn't think it had enough to look it up, but that's supposed to be what it's reminiscent of. So 2 colors of a DK. The Road to China Light is more of a sport weight, so I did add 1 more repeat of the little stitches in here. It's simple enough to do. Everything lines up, you can see as it goes down. Plus you kind of want to maximize this yarn, but it's the best. Deb and I were talking about it before she went up front to be available for knitting. But Deb used this yarn on the collar of one of her sweaters, the cuffs and collar of one of her sweaters, and it's lovely, lovely stuff. So Galaxia Cowl, ours is with a red and the gray. And these skeins are $21 a piece. So for $42, it's not bad at all for just a little bit of luxury around your neck. We got playing around with colors the other day. I don't have a good green and white, but I do have a good blue and gold. So Jody and Brenda were here the other day and we were kind of talking about those, but look at Melissa's booing me. I have love for both U of M and MSU. I have a really good green I just don't have a white. I don't have like a good natural white color in stock, but um, this would be kind of a cool retro Christmassy one. I think that would be fun. So we've got enough to do a couple of the sets of the red and the dark gray. And then we've got a few other colors here in the shop too. So um, you can always pop in or call us and we can play with some, like that would be really pretty. It's not green and white, but it's like green and tan. It'd still be very pretty. There's enough contrast there. So choices. Super cool little project. I've got one skein of this gorgeous rhodolite. It's like a purpley, pinky, and that with a navy would just beautiful. That would be. That would just be. I want one of those. I was going to do that one, but I only had one of the pink. So hi, Aunt Jackie. Okay, so that was the project I finished. And that pattern is not on Ravelry yet, but will be soon. I think she said she's putting them on Ravelry in October. They were released for the Knit One Love One retreat a couple weeks ago. The other project that I'm working on that is one of Lori's projects from the retreat is called the Happy 10 Shawl. So it says as 2024 marks the 10th year of Knit One Love One as an official entity, shawl is a little way for me to celebrate. So the theme of tens goes through the pattern. So that's kind of what it looks like. It's a two color, like boomerang style shawl. So you can see that down there. Starts with one color and then sort of fades to the other. And so I decided I needed to use our Dream and Cashmere custom Blossoming Friendship. So that's one of our 2024 custom colors. When we got August's pop-up color, and it was this neon cream, I decided those two needed to go together and just be a beautiful shawl. So if you weren't crazy about this pattern, we've got tons of other two color patterns that these two colors would be great for. The Siciliana is a great one. Delphia is a great one. Delphia is a really popular one. Casapinka has quite a few. But so what I am working on, I'm running out of room around me, you guys. I have so much yarn going on here. And it's all garter. So far, just alternating the two colors with a little bit of a slip stitch when you change colors. So start small, gets bigger, and you can see the contrast color lines are starting to get wider, but I love how that neon green pops in there. It's like a neon green, but it's then toned down a little bit with the different shades and the little bit of the cream color in there. But you can kind of see the little slip stitches every once in a while, like there's one. Um, each transition has 10 little slip stitches in it. So really fun, really easy to see what's going on with that. So that's one of the things I'm working on right now. I know I showed this last week. The first of my finished blocks. And I forced myself to cast on the second one because otherwise I thought this is just going to be a pillow. And I really want this blanket. I don't know where I'm going to put it because my cats would probably destroy it, but it's going to go somewhere special. I don't know where. So I showed that last week, my first block. I got 2 rows done on my second block. And this one's all shades of blue. Look at how cool that looks. So my goal is kind of to just do light, dark all the way for each of them. Again, this one is my mom said it can live at her house. That is very true. It could. It took me a minute because she just put in my house. Uses 2 strands of fingering weight yarn held together. So far, all of this is my fingering weight scraps, except for 1 strand of the background color. So, I'm going to keep this dark gray as the background for all of them. And it's 1 strand of Heritage Black with, hi, Lucretia. Thank you, Leslie. I thank you, Sherry. I'm really, I'm just, once you get into it, it's not bad. And I'm forcing myself after every row is complete to weave in my ends so I don't have that nightmare to deal with afterwards. But each block is going to be different shades of the same color. So I've got greens picked out for the next one. And then I don't know where I'll go from there. But all of these little guys are my scraps. The dark gray that I'm holding with the black is scraps, and some are lighter and some are darker, and it's fine because it's just the overall look of everything. So that's a lot of fun. I did have to rip one. How do you find Knit One, Love One on Ravelry? If you search for Lori B, Lori space B, that's how I found her earlier today. And I'm trying to think of, she wrote the pattern for, it's right behind me. So let me grab it. What is this one? The Bright Side. So on Ravelry, if you look up the Bright Side shawl, it will show Lori B as the designer. And you can get to her Ravelry store from there. Her last name is Blicher, but if you search for that, it doesn't bring it up. So that's probably the easiest way to get to her is pull up this Bright Side and then, or just click on the link that Melissa posted because she's fast and smart like that. Oh, it's one of the reasons we keep her around. So yeah, I did have to rip out this half square earlier because I realized I joined it down here instead of up here. So at least I realized that before I got too far into it. But it's just going right along. This I'm using my my Forte needles, my Tiger Forte needles, and one of their swivel cords, and it's perfect. Folds up, tucks away nicely. So that's what I finished and what I'm working on. A few kits that we have left over, we kind of debuted them at the retreat, and I think I had 30 kits that I took to the retreat, and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 left. And I only have 1 kit in each color. So I have 10 different colors of these kits. And it's for a cowl called the Tufa cowl. And this is what it looks like, the Tufa cowl. And it takes 1 50-gram skein of fingering weight yarn and 1 25-gram skein of mohair yarn. So it's written, the pattern was designed for this yarn. For the yarn, it's an earth yarn pattern. And she is so noisy. Trying to find one that's open. So each kit comes like this. They are $41.50 for the kit. And that you get, each one has the same color in the 2 yarns. So that's like a pretty, they call it haze, bead brown color. But this is what you get in there. So you get a 50-gram skein of their 16 fingering weight. It's 100% superwash ultrafine merino, 220 yards of that. And then you get 1 skein of their bond mohair, their mohair silk yarn, 25 grams, 262 yards. So This is my first time really playing around with the earth mohair yarn, and it has a higher silk content than a lot of them do. So this is a 40% silk, 60% super kid mohair, 40% silk. So it's soft. It's got a little bit more of a shine than some of them do, but the pattern alternates between using one or the other or both. And it's just a cowl. It does have a little bit of a shaping to it, which I think is neat. There shows you the little graphic that it starts narrower. I think it starts narrower and then gets wider. I haven't made one yet. Otherwise, I'd show you a sample. But all I have, because I only got one of each color, I haven't pulled one yet to do. But I kind of really love this. Sarah from the bead store and I, we kind of call this our favorite ugly green in the most loving way possible. So we're $41.50 a set. Again, we only have one of each color. And when they're gone, they're probably gone. I don't know if we're going to reorder these. I don't know if they'll allow us to reorder these the way we did. So we've got this color that's called Derecho. And we've got this monsoon, just more of like a blue, like a seafoamy bluey green color. Again, as a reminder, if there's something you see you want us to set aside for you, just let us know what you want, what color you want, how many you want, if it's a quantity of something, and whether you're going to pick it up in the store or have us ship it to you, and we are happy to do that. We've got a black version, it's called Ash. I'm not going to take that out of the box or out of the package because it's black, but might be a nightmare to knit, but it would be absolutely stunning to wear. Haze. Oh, I put the sticker right over the little thing. There's haze out of the package. It's pretty browns. And again, I've never gone back to look at the YouTube videos to see how the color shows up on there, but on my screen, the color for Facebook looks a lot more accurate than the color on YouTube. Typically, that's not a disappointment to people though, when they get something, if they see it. Most often what we hear is that it's even more beautiful in person. So Aurora with salmon color. I can't believe we still have this. Milan's monsoon. Okay. Aurora. And I love this. They're 16 fingering. We don't carry here in the shop on the shelves. But it is what I used for the rainbow sweater that I did with the striped sleeves and the whole rainbow to the body of it was the 16. So you can see like it's a solid, but it's not a solid. It's got that beautiful tonal quality to it. That's with Aurora. Oriana, the monsoon's already spoken for, but the taupe one we can set aside for you. There's more, but wait, there's more. So there's this taupey one also called Fog. It's a little bit more of a almost a grayish. I feel like grayish was a thing for a while and then it kind of went away, but I still love anything that's called grayish. I would say that's what Fog is like. Okay. There's Cirrus, which is a pretty pale peachy pink. Pretty that is. It's like cotton candy, but in the best way possible. Three more. I've got a green, a rust, and a gray left. So this one's called Smoke. I'm not quite sure why, because it's like a rusty orangey color, but how beautiful is that for autumn? Look at those tones in there. Just love it. Similar look to Variations yarn, but way softer. So that one is smoke. Yeah. Let me just throw one down. It's green tempest. It's like a deep forest green. You can even see the lights and darks, the way the silk just gets so much brighter than the mohair. Tempest. Yeah, that rust one is a good fall one. And the last is hail. You know, I would think this would be smoke, but it's hail. It does look like a stormy day. Kind of a gray, a little bit of a blue tone to it, but it seems like a pretty true gray. Don't let those scare you. That's just the ties where they're tied together. Yeah, it's not Melissa's favorite. Melissa's not a big fan of the mohair, but they are all absolutely beautiful. So many to choose from. I know, Oriana, how can you not? And they make such great Christmas gifts. So then the pattern uses size 8 needles, 16-inch circular needles. So I know I got as far as you cast on holding both yarns. You work a little bit with both yarns, then you alternate between yarn 1 and yarn 2 for a majority of it. And then you finish holding both of them together. So Linda, from YouTube, it has to smoke. I don't, well, remember which one smoke is. Probably the one that I said shouldn't be smoke. Yeah, okay, got it. Mom would like Aurora too. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, this is just so beautiful. Yeah, I love the peachy pink one. Okay, got it. Oriana, do you want both the kind of the grayish one and the more brown one? So that would be fog and haze. I don't know if you want both of those. I've got them both set aside for you. So what that leaves us with is ash, the black, derecho, which is kind of the olivey green, army green almost. Yes, all three. Okay. Tempest is that deep pine, almost like an emerald green. And then hail is the gray. And we will be Mom, I know how to get a hold of you. Linda, I will reach out to you on Wednesday. Oriana, I will reach out to you on Wednesday. If you don't hear from me, feel free to give me a call because sometimes I forget, even though I try not to. Yay. I'm glad you all like those. I think they're pretty cool little things. So that's, and we will include a copy of the owl patterns as well with that. And okay, so that's new kits, new notions in the shop. A reorder that we haven't had in a while is our little sock doctor little keychains. So the sock doctor is a pretty cool little tool. It's got, excuse me, it's got the anatomy of a sock on the front. It's got the instructions for Kitchener stitch on the back, and it's got a little hole for a, if you can really see it in there, a tapestry needle that pokes right into the toe of the sock. We had these for a while. We didn't have them for a while, and now they're back. So we've got a few of these in stock. They're $9 a piece, and it's a fun little thing to have. Fun little stocking stuffer or gift idea too, if you've got friends who knit or are sock knitters, or just, you know, people who love little gadgets like that. Knitter's Pride is, I I think maybe I mentioned this a little while ago, but they're transitioning to Knit Pro. So Knitter's Pride is like the American company and Knit Pro is the UK company, and they've been owned by the same company, but now it's all going under the Knit Pro umbrella. So what does that mean for us? One of the things it means is all new labeling on all new packaging. So some things are going to look pretty similar, like the mindful needles. You may not even notice the difference. They're still in the teal packages. They're still the lace tips, but they'll say Knit Pro on the top instead of Knitter's Pride. They are the same thing. I'm going through because when they did all this, they're changing all their barcodes. So having to update our system. But one of the things that they are also doing is trying to eliminate so much plastic wrapping. So just like the Mindful comes in the boxes, the cardboard boxes, the Gingers will now come in cardboard boxes, the interchangeables, as will the Nova Cubics. So the Nova Cubics are back. They were gone for a while. Knitter's Pride re-released them as Nova Cubics Platina. One of the things we liked about them was that they were nickel free. And now with these new ones, I'm not sure what the material is. So I want to do a little research on that. But the cubics are their square metal. The Nova Cubics are their metal square needles. They come in sizes 6 to 11. We also got new black swivel cords. So part of the benefit or part of the beauty of us having access to the Knit Pro line of things is that they have an expanded line of things, and Knitter's Pride was a little bit more restricted, I guess. So one of the things is this black swivel cords with the gold tips on them. So similar to the teal cords, but they're not teal. So if teal is not your thing, then, you know, we've got the black cords. And I will show you what one of those looks like when I open up these kits. So I got a few. I ran out of my water, you guys. I'm sorry. I got a few needle sets just to check out their new packaging and what they look like, because the packaging looks so stinking cute. So we will now have these in stock, the Nova Cubics. Look at how cute this is. It's just so stinking adorable. So it's got a zipper pouch in the back that has all of the notions. And it's got the stoppers, cords, little instructions in case you don't know how to use them, and like the little keys. But the cords, they actually feel a little bit less firm than the teal cords. So the black cords are still like the stainless core, and they have the swivel tips on them, but they feel a bit more bendy and more flexible than the Mindful cords. So we will have both being sold individually. But this set is the cubics sizes 6 to 11. And one of the things we kind of have to get used to, not that 10.5 is a super popular size in the US, but it is used occasionally. Because these are now marketed for the US and the UK, they go more by the metric sizing, by the millimeters. So these are 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, and 8 millimeters. But what that translates to in terms of US sizes are 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 10.75, and 11. We will still have, as long as they're available to purchase separately, we will have additional tips available for purchase if you need something that doesn't come in, you need extras, whatever. They do only come 6s to 11s though. I don't think they come bigger than the 11s, and I know they don't come smaller than the 6s. But, so that's a fun, cute little teal thing, because I love teal. But also what they have added are the J'adore sets. So the J'adore is wood cubics, but the purple. And look how cute that is, this little purple case. 2 zippers. The front one has your needles. So this is the special interchangeable set. So the 4-inch tips, same sizes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.75, and 11s. You'll see with the wood ones, they are marked on the needle, but they are also marked on the metal part of the connector as well. So after a while, that does kind of wear off on the needles itself. Other little pouch has 2, 3 cords. Huh. Let's see. Let me read the box and I can tell you what's in there. 7 special interchangeable needle tips, 4 stainless steel 360 swivel cables, 2 16-inch and 2 20-inch. Because these are the short tips, they come with the short cords, but of course, any of the Knitter's Pride Knit Pro cords will work with these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just can't count. There are 4 cords in there. So the little set is, I believe it's 105. The 4-inch set is 105, and then they've got the 5-inch set, which is 108. Same sizes. This one comes with a few more cords, though. It comes with nope. I don't know what I'm talking about. Comes with 4 cords also. It comes with a 24-inch, 2 32 inches, and a 40-inch. Can't open the box, you guys. I wanted to show this one to you, but I don't want to rip it. We might not be able to open that one, but essentially it's going to be this packaging, but in purple. And with the purple needles and the 5-inch length. So, sets are always great for the holidays. Did I knit my top? Nope. This is totally a store-bought top. If you saw it in person, you would know it's not even, it's just like a t-shirt material. I was overheating at home sitting out in the sun today. The last fun little notion I wanted to show off are these little tail minders. So if you've been in the shop and you've been working on projects, you've seen most likely Karen uses the little bread ties, little plastic bread ties when you're casting out a project and you have a long tail at the end. These are way cuter, you guys. Look at that, these little sheep. But that's what they're for. They're called tail minders. They come in a little case, 10 of them in a set for $13. These little sheep guys, they're just so adorable. Why not? It's like a little just like our stitch markers and our stitch stoppers, little something whimsical and fun to adorn your knitting, make us a little bit happy or make us smile while we're looking at it. The last thing I wanted to talk about tonight was the Stephen West mystery knit along that starts October 3rd. We have not talked about it at all yet. In fact, I kind of, not that I forgot about it, I just forgot to talk about it. So that is coming up. It's called Go Go Dynamo. I watched his YouTube video the other day talking about it, but essentially it calls for 4 skeins of fingering weight yarn. He's backed off, more 5 skein projects. Right now you can pre-order the pattern, and what you'll get is like a 4-page explanation of choosing yarn, swatching, getting gauge, that sort of thing. So it calls for 2 colors each. 200 grams of 2 colors. So 4 skeins, 2 colors. He does say, of course, that you could throw in a little bit of mohair here and there for a mohair dare, as he calls it. I probably won't do the mohair, but I have chosen my colors, and I've tried for the last couple of years to use at least one of our custom colors for the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. So that's the plan for this year. I'm using the Ridiculous Friendship Gardens is one of our customs on the sparkle base. How pretty that is. A little bit of sparkle in there. And I am pairing it with Malabrigo's Fiona. Malabrigo sock in Fiona, and it's a dark, it's a dark green. Looking for something blue to hold it up against so you can see kind of more how green it is versus blue. It doesn't really help a whole lot. But it's a really pretty dark green color. And I think those two together are just going to be absolutely gorgeous. He suggests a high contrast, either two, oh, Melissa just posted kind of a, probably explains it a little better than I do, but yarn fingering weight. What happened to the rest of it? Is that it? Oh, there we go. Two contrasting colors, fingering weight yarn. 200 grams main color, 200 grams contrast color. So he recommends either two solid / tonal colors or one solid / tonal and one speckled or variegated. So I think this is going to be perfect. High contrast. He does reference his star flake shawl in terms of viewing how the colors will play together. So how you want that high contrast to be. So his star flake was like a light gray and a deep navy. But he kind of talks about how there are big sections of one color or the other, but then there are also places where they stripe really closely or kind of intermingle a bit. So if you do pre-order the pattern, he's got like 2 pages of color combo suggestions, which I think is pretty cool too. Mary wants to know, do we have the new Malabrigo non-superwash worsted weight yarn? Deb and Ashley were able to snag a skein of it for me when they were at H&H this summer. I did not put an order in for it. I'm just not quite sure where it would fit in the shop with what we have already. It is something that I can order as long as it's in stock, but it's not something that we have right now. We do have on pre-order their holiday kits, which are for a cowl, and it's a partnership between Malabrigo and Blue Sky Fibers. We've got those on order. I know some shops are starting to receive theirs, so hopefully ours will be to us soon. So that's what's coming up. I really want to start a new sweater, but I'm gonna wait because I know Stephen West will take up some time, and I want to work on the things I've got going. Look at me working on my whips. Can't start all the new things every day. Okay, trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about, things that are coming up. October 12th is I Love Yarn Day. We don't have anything specifically scheduled for that, but we might come up with something. It might just be a good social knitting day just to show everybody how much we love yarn, and we'll just park ourselves somewhere and take up all the space as much as we can. Okay, I think that's all I've got for you tonight. So I hope everybody has a great week and enjoys the nice weather. It did look like it was going to cool down a little bit tomorrow. I was thinking about mowing the lawn, but I don't want to do that if it's overcast and yucky. So that might just have to wait. When will holiday kits be up for order? As soon as I know how much they are going to be and when I'm going to get them. If you want one, Liz, I know we're only getting a handful of them. So call me on Wednesday and we can talk about that, and you can go ahead and pre-order one now if you want to do that. Yeah, so I hope everybody has a good week. Thank you, Aunt Jackie. If we don't see you here in the shop, I will be right back here again, God willing. And well, I want to say the creek don't rise, but that's happening all over the place. So assuming I can, I will be here. Melissa will be joining me here, as far as we know, next Monday at 7. So we'll see you sometime this week, or we'll see you then.